Hi everybody, I'm Jack Forster, Editor-in-Chief at Hodinkee.com, and we're doing a week on the wrist with an extremely unusual watch, the Bulgari Octo Finissimo Carbon Minute Repeater. It's a nice watch like you doing in a place like this. You think about a watch like this, you think about Bulgari, and what comes to mind when you say the word Bulgari is luxury. You think precious metals, strong geometry, you think of intense Italian design, you think about the Bulgari Roma, you think about those Serpenti watches. And this is something really, really different. It's very, very clean, it's industrial. You look at the outside of the case, it looks very, very geometric, almost cold. It looks like a piece of modernist sculpture. You look at the exterior of this watch, which is made out of a material called carbon thin ply, or CTP. That's a combination of epoxy resin and carbon fiber. It's super light, it's super strong. Even on the dial side of the watch, you see cutting-edge, next-generation design elements. The way the sort of shimmering black-gray planes of the dial play with the facets of the case, that almost looks like a kind of nighttime digital camo. One very interesting feature you might overlook at first of the dial is that the numerals and the indexes are actually cutouts. And there's a reason for that, there's a practical reason for that, which is to allow sound to egress from the case more efficiently, so that it actually improves the sound of the watch. In terms of wearability, part of the reason I think it fits so well is because the bracelet links are quite thin. This is one of the most comfortable watches that I've ever worn in my life. At 40 millimeters in diameter, it's probably going to seem a little big to the retro grouches amongst us who would prefer a watch sub 38 under any circumstances. But it's so thin and so light that you really don't notice that it's there. So you have all of this stuff going on in terms of externals. You flip the watch over, and you see this extremely interesting movement. The interesting thing about it is it's completely traditional. 3.1 millimeters thick, very, very traditional finishing, completely traditional execution of a minute repeater complication. It looks like something from the 1920s even. It's a very, very old-fashioned watch from a conceptual standpoint, and an intensely modern watch from a design standpoint. And to me, the Bulgari Octo Finissimo Minute Repeater Carbon kind of embodies energy that comes from putting together things you wouldn't normally think of putting together. This watch costs $160,000. That's a nice starter home. So unquestionably, from a price standpoint, this is a luxury watch. But it's not a watch that hits any of the traditional cues for what constitutes luxury, which I think is a fascinating direction for Bulgari to have gone. It's almost as if they said to themselves, let's not make a luxury watch, let's make an interesting watch. And that's what I think they've done very successfully.